What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have a treat for you guys today. It's a first look at the new limited edition Viktor Axelsen Collection rackets. Make sure you guys stick around until the end of the video because I actually strung one of these up at Viktor's exact preferences and tested it out. And let me tell you, I was absolutely cranking it. If you guys are into the Yonex Player Edition rackets, you might remember some of the previous limited edition player rackets that Yonex had released. From the likes of Tawfiq Hidayat, Peter Gade, Lee Chong-wei, and Lin Dan. They are still some of the most highly sought after limited rackets to this day. And similarly, I think this Viktor Axelsen series will also be an extremely limited run. I mean, the guy already has 2 Olympic golds, 1 Olympic bronze, and is still going strong. Hands down, one of the most dominant men's singles players. Now, I won't dive too much into the technical aspects of the racket since it remains the same Astrox 100ZZ, no changes to the actual racket, just obviously a completely new paint job with some really cool details specific for Viktor. In terms of rackets, you're actually going to be seeing the Astrox 100 in the ZZ, which is the pro Japanese version that Viktor himself plays, a tour edition, and also a game version. So we won't be seeing the most budget-friendly play version on these Astrox 100s. Let's first take a look at the highest end 100ZZ. First thing I noticed is the soft dust cover that comes with the racket. It is so unique and very different from the traditional black racket case that comes with all the other Astroxes. It's an extremely soft microfiber cloth material that's a little bit stretchy to fit the racket in. The branding matches the accents on the racket in the dark purple and lime green and has Viktor's personal logo as well as his signature on the side of the soft cover. The other side is just blank, and unlike the traditional black racket cases you used to get, you can easily fold this up and store it away in your bag if you're not using it. On the racket head sleeve that usually comes with the racket, I noticed for the first time it felt like there was something inside. When I took a closer look, I actually noticed that it's perforated and clearly there was something hiding inside. Initially, I thought it was a set of strings and I got really excited, but once I opened it up, I found an envelope stamped with Viktor's logo and a card inside. On the card is a small note and signed by Viktor, which I thought was a really nice personal touch to the overall packaging experience. Just make sure you don't overlook it since it's hidden inside the paper head cover that most people throw away. Onto the details of the racket. The racket essentially got a new paint job. The graphics remain the same. The racket is mostly this pearly metallic white with lime green and purple accents. The Yonex logoing itself is a dark army green, which follows the color schemes in his collection. Let me point out some of the small details that were added. At the bottom area of the head frame, previously even the ZZ version of the Kurenai colorway just said Astrox 100. It now says 100ZZ in the lime green with purple background and has Viktor's personal logo stamped after it. The other small touch is at the bottom of the racket shaft above the energy boost cap, you'll see Viktor's signature with his VA initials etched in. Now moving on to the tour version. This frame comes blank with no factory strings. There was no hidden letter inside this version and no soft dust cover to come with it that we saw on the ZZ version. But it is a completely different colorway. It is a dark metallic army green for most of the racket with the pearly white and lime green accents. Most of the racket, including the shaft, are this matte metallic paint, but you will see that half of the frame fades into a glossy paint, which actually looks really cool. Similar to the ZZ, it is stamped with Viktor's signature and initials above the energy boost cap, and also says Tour followed by Viktor's personal logo after the Astrox 100 logoing on the frame. Another small nice touch is the Yonex logo on the energy boost cap, which is actually a light purple, which is also really cool because it's following the same color palette from the collection. Last but not least, the more budget-friendly game version. While there is no play version, you will notice that this is the only version that comes with the Yonex factory screens that I don't ever recommend using. Like the tour version, this also does not come with the special dust cover that comes with the ZZ. However, in terms of appearance, it is almost identical to the high-end ZZ. The idea is that a lot of players might see what the pros are using, but may not need the performance spec of the Pro Series. But with this game version, you're able to get the same colorway and color scheme with the pearly white metallic and green and purple accents. Aside from the input materials that this racket is constructed with and having a medium flex shaft, you will see that it is stamped game on the frame as well as on the shaft of the racket to make the distinction. The graphics do look a little bit sharper on the high-end ZZ version, as you can see, and I'm sure that's all part of the manufacturing process of the higher-end version compared to this more budget-friendly version. Now, just to recap, all three versions will be available in both 3U and 4U weights. If you aren't sure what that means, make sure you check out my video where I explain racket weights and grip sizes. In terms of Yonex recommendations, they recommend stringing between 20 to 28 pounds for any of the 4U versions and slightly tighter between 21 and 29 for the 3U version. Yonex also recommends BG66 force for hard hitters and Aerobite boost for control players. Now on to the fun stuff. I don't normally play the Astrox 100ZZ, but I wanted to copy Viktor's exact setup. So here we are. I had this 100ZZ strung up by my boy Josh with BG80 white at 32 on the mains and 34 on the crosses with 10% pre-stretch. I saw Viktor post a video recently about his exact setup, and listen to this, I think we got it pretty spot on. I took it to the courts right away and started to test it out, and here's how it went. Now that we've looked at the rackets and even tested them, I did want to mention all the other items that are coming out with his first collection. There is a Power Cushion 65Z4 special colorway. There's also Expert and Club Series bags and backpacks. And of course, you might have already seen, but an apparel collection to match as well, which Viktor has already been wearing. There's even going to be an off-court collection, which features more of a neutral beige and sand tone colorway that also looks really good. I believe this is the first collection, and there will be follow-up collections with potentially new colorways, so you guys will have to stay tuned for those. For all you collectors out there, these will not be around for long, so make sure you snag them while they are around. Make sure you check your local retailers, and if you don't know where to go or if you want to support my channel, make sure you guys check out the Rally Shop because we will definitely be stocking these as well. The collection will be launching worldwide on September 26th, so make sure you mark your calendars. Shout out to Yonex for crushing it on this collection and for getting these in my hands. I'm excited for the follow-up collections. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and a first look at these rackets. If you did, please make sure you hit that thumbs up for me, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.